In the last couple of years, our failed payment recovery system has recovered over $270,000 worth of revenue. Our recovery rate's almost 60%. I think yours will probably be better than that, a lot better than that, because a lot of that's from people signing up, watching my YouTube videos, signing up to review Horse Online, and then just canceling with fake cards and stuff like that. So yours will probably be a lot higher than that. Mine used to be a lot higher before I started making YouTube videos. But today I'm going to go over the exact failed payment recovery system that we've implemented in the last couple of weeks that has drastically improved our failed payment recovery rate, our relationship with our clients, etc. And so if you don't know who I am, my name is Clay Lawrence. You can see last month in June, we did over $57,000 in recurring revenue, just helping local business owners get Google reviews and rank higher on Google. And so the vast majority of these are low ticket, recurring revenue subscriptions, $100 to $300, $400 a month. When you have hundreds and hundreds of subscriptions, stuff happens. Cards fail. Stripe can't process all the payments. Don't believe me, you can look up reviewharvest.com. You can look at our case studies, whatever. This is what we do, right? Failed payment recovery is absolutely huge. If you're just getting started, this probably isn't very important. As soon as you start to get a decent amount of customers paying you that sticky, low ticket recurring revenue that's just so juicy, it's so important to figure out how you can keep that revenue, especially if they're still happy. And so I'm going to go over kind of our old process, what it looked like, and now how we're using AI to make this process 10 times better and way more automated. Scroll down here. Our old system here was made up of kind of complicated workflows that were super rigid and didn't have a lot of flexibility in there because they didn't have like human reasoning or AI reasoning to know what to do next. So basically the structure was this. We had our Zapier account integrated with Stripe, right? And so when a failed payment happened in Stripe, what we would do is we would update the client's payment status in HighLevel. So we'd add a tag to that client in HighLevel and we'd say, hey, this client's payment recently failed. That in itself could be complicated because we had to make sure that the email in Stripe matched up with the email in HighLevel. There was no reasoning there, right? The next thing is we'd send text messages and emails every few days to try and get them to update their payment method, right? We just send them the update link. And what would happen is a couple things. If they responded to the workflow and they said, hey, I'm getting a new card, my card got stolen, I should have a new card in the mail in 7 days. If they responded to that text or email, we didn't want to keep following up with them. So we kind of had to turn on stop on response because we just get annoying if they texted back and said, hey, I'm getting a new card. And then every day they keep getting texts and emails. Also, this is a pretty vulnerable spot to be in the client relationship because right now they're technically not paying you, right? So we want to make sure we still leave a good impression. On the other hand, we had to have a whole nother workflow over here that when a new successful payment happened in Stripe, every single successful payment, we had to go match that and update all of our clients in HighLevel to say, hey, their payment succeeded. And then we would remove them from this other workflow automatically if that happened. And this workflow works and it's fine. The problem is it's way too rigid. You're at this point in the customer journey where they're not paying you. Maybe their account's on the fritz or whatever, and they haven't gotten the results they wanted, or maybe they're just lost their card. And now we're constantly bugging them and annoying them with these repeated reminders to try and update the card. So what actually ended up happening is when they would respond, we would have to go set a reminder to follow up in 10 days or 7 days when they did get their new card in the mail or whatever to update it. And it was just a manual headache. And then eventually we might call them and say, hey, can we get this updated, etc. But it was just a very manual process. In the background, if you don't know, like Stripe subscriptions will just keep retrying the card every couple days to see if it updates. And one thing I would recommend is go check out your Stripe settings and make sure you have like optimization turned on. I think it's called payment optimization or something like that, where basically Stripe has partnerships with the main credit card companies. And if somebody's card just expires and they just get a new card in the mail automatically, that credit card company will send Stripe the new data of that credit card so they can just keep the subscription rolling and update it automatically. We keep trying the payments and sometimes they'd go through and they wouldn't have to update it. But like I said, the cons of this is the clients would respond and we'd still have to manually follow up. Clients would get annoyed because they'd already messaged us and we kept trying their payments in Stripe or whatever it was. And there was no multi-channel context. This is so important and it sounds a little bit nerdy, but what that means is like, let's say for example, a client emails me or my wife or somebody on our team directly and says, hey, I saw that text about the card being updated. We'll get to it eventually. HighLevel has no context on that, right? This workflow that we built out has no context. And so it just keeps messaging them. It's not able to check the Zoom calls or check the phone calls we've had with them or check other channels to see where they've already kind of handled it, right? And so all the messages were generic, give us money vibes. It's just like the same message over and over again. And a lot of times some of these businesses were repeat offenders. So every couple months their card was failing. And so they got the same messages over and over again. And it's just kind of annoying, right? And so the new workflow, we've kind of incorporated this tool I've talked about before on the channel, which is Victor. Victor is like an AI agent that plugs into your Slack. And what you can do with Victor is you can connect it to all your tools. So you can see Victor is connected to our intercom support process. It's connected to Stripe. It's connected to our Gmail accounts. It's connected to our high-level accounts, our high-level sub-accounts, connected to all these different places where it can get more context to know whether we should message them or not. And so the new workflow is easier to set up and it's more effective. Like literally at the end of this video, you could probably take the transcript. If you go to the description and grab the transcript, you could probably take the transcript of this video, give it to Victor or give it to your AI tool, and then you will be able to just set it up. You can just reason with it, go back and forth, and this will just be set up in the background. And so Victor, our Slack AI agent, we just have a failed payments channel, and every day it runs a daily check through both our Stripe accounts to check for failed payments, right? Check for failed payments today, yesterday, and any recurring ones that have been going on in the last couple of weeks. From there, what Victor does before it messages or does anything, it goes and checks all of our channels for context, right? So it checks my email, Carly's email, she does a lot of our support. It checks our support email. It checks our text messages through HighLevel. It checks our phone call recordings. It checks our Zoom recordings through Fathom. It checks our intercom support channel. It checks all of those places to see, hey, has this client already let us know that they're working on it, right? And if they've already messaged us yet, then we just can respond politely and say, awesome, no worries, looking forward to it, and then create a reminder based off of what they said to then continue to follow up, right? So then it kind of puts them back into the follow-up process here. But if they haven't messaged us yet, it'll send a very, very, very personalized text and email directly through HighLevel. It'll grab results from their account. And so we have a backend database, but you can just connect Victor to all your client sub accounts so it can have the data as to how many reviews they've gotten, if you're providing leads, how many leads have you gotten them, all that sort of stuff. And these messages are super personalized. You can see like it says, hey, their name, quick heads up, review hours payment for their business name. Didn't go through. We've gotten you 78 reviews. We'd hate to see that stop. Probably just a card thing. Feel free to update it here. And then it sends the update card link, right? This is a real one that was sent out today. And so from there, if there's still no luck, we still keep sending them personalized reminders up to 7 days, when the very last thing it does is add a human in the loop and say, hey, maybe you should give this person a call. And so that's the very last thing. It'll just notify us in that failed payments channel. It makes it so much easier. And as you can see from this graphic, these are real numbers that we pulled from our Stripe accounts. This has saved over $272,000 of revenue for us in the past couple of years. And if that seems high, well, think about it this way. If somebody's paying you $279 a month and their card doesn't go through, if you're able to get their card to go through again and they stay with you for another year, that's not $279 that you saved for that 1 month, thousands and thousands of dollars that you saved across the lifetime value of the customer. And so it's super important, but the business model we run, which is low ticket recurring revenue, it can become an absolute headache. And so literally, if you take a screenshot of what this looks like, put the transcript into your AI tool, whatever you want to use. If you want to use Victor, Victor's link will be down below in the description, and you can use that. Plugs directly into Stripe, HighLevel, your Slack, all of the things that you need to plug into. And now it's just a much more personal vibe, right? We're not annoying our customers anymore because we're not sending them messages that they've already messaged us. It's more dynamic and less rigid than the workflows. The main reason you want to use AI in certain workflows is when you need very specific if this then that, like human reasoning almost, to figure out what the right next action is. And so this kind of takes that off our plate, and now we don't have to ever worry about scheduling any sort of reminders. The only thing we might have to do is that if we haven't got it in 7 or 10 days, it'll send us a reminder saying, hey, this person might need a phone call. And that's all we have to do. Other than that, it's taking care of it. And so it's just this loop that it keeps going through, making sure we can try this payment. And Stripe's still trying it in the background, obviously. But a lot of times you might have to update that card. And so this is our failed payment recovery. I know it seems kind of like a boring subject, but it's super duper important as you grow, as you scale, to recover these payments from clients that are already paying you. I do this sometimes when, if we're at a certain revenue mark for the month, I'll go through all our failed payments and try to retry them, because it's the easiest money that you can get if you want to get to that next payment mark, because it's pretty much the easiest money you can get. You're already providing value. They already said they trusted you enough to pay you once or put the card on file at least. So this has been really helpful for us at Review Harvest. Just wanted to share it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to sign up with any links down below in the description. That'll support the channel. I'll keep making videos like this. And also, if you sign up with my link to HighLevel down below, you'll get an extended trial. You'll get a link where you can copy and paste all my automations, all my stuff directly into your HighLevel account and learn about how I built this business to over $55,000 a month in recurring revenue. So if you like this one, check out the next one here.